Ambafx right there. So let's look at the weekly review. So fundamental first. Let's check last week. What happened last week? Like everything was going smoothly last week Friday until we have someone from the FOMC speak, and then that person scattered the market. So we're having a very stronger US dollar earlier on Friday. Then between, let's say, 2 p.m. Nigerian time, that's when that person speaks. So we have the opposite direction, which makes USD very, very weak at the end of Friday last week. So I still want to make a research of what is that person said. So coming to this week, okay, last week we have Canadian CPI, which comes out better than expected, and then I think that's the two crucial one we saw last week. Last week we are very choppy. We are very choppy in the market last week. This week, let's see how it goes in the fundamental. So we have Euro Flash Service PMI, we have German Flash Manufacturing PMI. Most of it are predicted to slow down this particular time. So let's see how it goes there. It's very, very crucial for the euro. And then on Monday too, we have the pounds Flash Manufacturing PMI. That one is a very crucial one to watch also. Then on Tuesday we have ECB consumer confidence. On Wednesday we have AUD CPI, and then as you all know, CPI are used to measure inflation. So let's see how it goes on AUD. And on Wednesday too, let's be vigilant about this. Even though we have a stronger AUD, the commodity currency, the AUD, the SND last week, but I still my prediction still remains that they will still be weak for a very long time until they break some particular resistance level. So they are still in all-time downtrend. All the movement to the upside are just what we call the retracement. So on Wednesday too, we have Bank of Canada rate statement. That is they propose 50%, 50 basis point increment in their interest rate. So let's say it goes from 3.25, they propose 3.75. Maybe they might hike their rate by 75 or 100. We don't know. So let's see how it goes on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have the Euro monetary policy. These ones, they predicted 75 basis points that they are going to increase their rate. The ECB is going to increase rate by what? By 75 basis points. So let's see how it goes right there. So on Friday too, we have Bank of Japan monetary policy. So these ones, you have to be very careful with JPY with their intervention. I think they tried intervention twice last week and they failed. So they might even want to come with a solid one. You have to be very, very, very careful with the JPY, even though it's very, very weak. From Monday to Thursday, you might, let's say, buy USD JPY, Euro JPY, and so. But when you are pushing Friday, you just need to exit your position. So let's say it goes right there, but be careful of their intervention. They might come solid this time around. So on Friday we have the Canadian GDP and the US COSPI. This one is very, very important. Their inflation measure news. So the CAD GDP too is very important. So let's see how it goes there. And we have the Euro Monday, pounds on Monday. Then we have the AUD on Wednesday and Canadian dollar on Wednesday. We have the Euro 2 on Thursday, and then Euro and USD on Friday. So let's see how it goes with the fundamentals of this pairs. So coming to this week you must be very, very careful in the market, because we don't know, maybe USD is strong or weak. So it's 50-50. So you have to be very, very, very careful with your position. So we might have a choppy week this week. We don't know. So this is DSY. As you can see, we still have a what a we can have a bounce of this particular support level in DSY. So is either there is a breakout or there is a what there's a respect of that trend line, and we break above this particular high, target one, let's say 116, because I think 116 is the next target. So let's see how it goes. We have two analysis there. Is either there is a rejection or there is a break of that particular trend line. So you can't say US dollar is weak now. I know you can't conclude until the DSY give us a very clear signal that okay, we now have a weaker dollar. So you have to use your protective stops, and then you have to manage your risk very, very well this week. You know, there's a difference between when we have a very high probability trading setup and when we have 60-40 or 50-50 trading setup. So this week is all about 50-50 because you don't really know, maybe there is USD strength or maybe there is USD weakness, because fundamentally we are not really sure. Fundamentally it's supporting US, but technically we are seeing that things are started to change. So that's that about DSY. So the first pair I want to check out is pounds US dollar. So as you can see, pounds US dollar, we are still in a downtrend. If you see very well, you see that it's still in a downtrend. So let's zoom it properly. I think there is a technical error somewhere. So okay. So as you can see, we are still in a downtrend. If you check the what we call the trend line very well, as you can see that we are rejecting this particular area, as you can see. So which means that we might have a continuation to the downside at this particular area. So you must be very, very careful with it. So if US dollar comes out strong and we have what we call the rejection at that particular level on the SY, so we might have what we call a resumption to the downside on the SY. So, and another thing I want to show is here. Hope you understand. So we are breaking through this particular what we call particular support already. So there's a break of this particular support already. So this might actually be like a retest, and then what will continue move to the downside. So before I can conclude that okay, this particular currency is weak, then I will have to see a break of this particular level, a break of let's say a break of 1.15861, then before I can conclude that okay, US dollar is weak, then we will start buying the pounds USD or Euro USD. So that's that about the about pound. So the next pair I'm looking at is Euro USD. Euro USD too, we have to be very, very careful. As you can see, if you see this area is a very strong resistance level. We have a strong resistance level at this area. We have a strong resistance level at this area, as you can see. So we might even come back and test that particular area. And as you can see, we have what we call a supply level right there. So we need to, let me indicate it. Something is wrong technically. Okay. It is slowing down somehow. So I think we should have a move. So if you see a move to this area, I think there should be a rejection at that particular area, this area, then to the downside. So we should see a clear of this particular low towards to this 0.95053. So we should see a rejection at this area. Then if US dollar is weak, then we should see a breakout of that particular area. So let's see how it goes. That's why I said you must be very, very careful. You can't conclude that US dollar is weak or US dollar is strong. So you just have to watch, because if you see the old directional bias, is still in a downward movement. Hope you understand. So we are still in a downtrend. So you have to be very, very careful of your decision, and you have to use a protective stops. As you can see, the whole directional bias is still in a downtrend. You can see there. So here at 0.99092, I'm looking to short at this particular area. Then if we see a breakout of that area, then I'll be leaving it there, or if I see a break of the DXY, and that means that let's say a break to the downside, that means that US dollar is weak, then I'll be willing to buy to 1.04225. So the next one we want to look at is AUD. So all this pair, you must be very, very careful. It's 50-50 for now. You just have to wait and know what is happening before you jump in. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah. Just have to be patient with this. So here too, as you can see, we have a very solid resistance level at 6.4. That is a psychological level of 64000 of 64000. So if you are to put let's say a trend line, then you can see that we have a break of this trend line on Friday, when the Fed member speak. So we have a break of this trend line, which make USD very, very weak at the end of last week. So right now we are still below the resistance level. So you can still see a rejection at this particular area. Don't be surprised if we see a rejection at this particular area and this low was taken out. We have a new and we have a new low. So be very, very careful of your decision. Don't say, okay, we have a weaker USD, because if you check the whole directional bias, we are still in a downtrend. So let's check AUD Swiss franc. Swiss franc is one of my favorite pair to trade. That is AUD Swiss franc to the downside. As you can see, I'm just waiting for a rejection on Monday. Rejection of this particular area to short. So my target is at 0.61734. So I'll just wait for the rejection to short to 1 point. So I will be waiting here, and if I see a breakout, I'll be waiting to short at this particular area, because the whole direction is is still to the downside. So we are still in a downtrend. So if I don't see a rejection at this particular area, then I'll be waiting for it at this particular area. So before I can change my directional bias to uptrend, we must break this 0.67413 level. Then I will change my bias to the to bullish bias. So next one as in the Swiss franc also. So let's check this SZD Swiss franc out in let's say let's use a daily time frame. If you see if you see in a daily time frame, you can see that we have the area of supply level at that particular area. If you can't see, let me show you. So which means that we might have a rejection at this area. So this is a level of supply. Let me label it for you. Supply level right there. So this is a supply level right here at this particular area. So using let's use the 4-hour time frame, and then so I'll be waiting for rejection at that particular area, like at this particular area to the downside. So checking the 4-hour time frame, let me zoom it properly so that you can see it very well. There is a technical error on this thing. Let's just be patient. So yeah, okay. That is let's extend this trend line. So it means that if we did not see what we call a rejection at this area, then we should be waiting for this particular trend line to hold. Maybe we can see a rejection to the downside and we'll break this particular low. So let's see how it goes right there. So Canadian JPY, CAD JPY, I'm not going to do the analysis because of the Japanese intervention. So one of my favorite pairs to trade this week, I think there are two, Euro CAD and CAD Swiss franc. And the way I want to trade it too, they are contradictory to each other. So like this Canadian, like this Euro Canadian dollar, if you check it, you will know that we are still in an uptrend. So, and if you check the WTI, that is the oil predicted that okay, we'll have a stronger oil. So, and then as you can see, we have a double top at this particular area. So if you have a breakout of this if you have a breakout of this trend line, if there is a breakout of this trend line, then I'll be looking to sell to let's say the first neckline, that is 33104. Then this particular demand level, I'll be looking to take my profit at this particular demand level. But if we see a continuation to the downside, then we should be that's why I say you should be very, very careful this week. This week is a week that you have to be very, very careful. Use your protective stops, and then don't just jump into the market. You have to know that, okay, these odds are in my favor before you jump into any trade. As you can see now, there's a high probability that we can continue moving high. Hope you understand. And there's a low probability of this trend line breaking out. So that's what brings me to Canadian Swiss franc. This one, there is a high probability of me eating take profit after taking this pair, because I have a lot of odds in my favor. If you check the higher time frame, zooming the 4 hour time, okay, let's zoom the 4 hour time frame. We are in a what we call a trend line, that is we have a respect of this trend line here, the respect of this trend line at this particular area. Then we have something we call the double top at this area. So what I'm looking at to trade here is to sell this particular, is to sell to this particular level, that is 0.72438. So that is what I'm looking at to sell from here to this particular level on Monday or Tuesday. So that's a few pairs I want to check out, because we have a lot of uncertainty this particular week. You must be very, very careful. Protect your account. On DSY, if there is a continuation to the upside, as I said, we will still have a US dollar that is strong. That is, you have to trade AUD USD to the downside, SND USD to the downside, Euro USD to the downside, then pounds USD also to the downside. Then if we have a weaker dollar, then you have to do the opposite. So WTI, check the that is the oil. Check the previous video, I did analysis on oil, so what you should be expecting in oil. Sooner or later I'll be dropping Nasdaq Nasdaq analysis. We have to go through the fundamentals too, and the technical aspect. So if you are new to this channel, please click on the subscription button, like and share. Have a very good trading week, and don't forget to trade safely. Use a protective stop loss. Use a very good management. Don't let euphoria destroy your account. Yeah, you have to just secure your account. If you want to be successful in trading, secure your account first. Like, cultivate the habit of securing your account first. Let's say you want to enter a trade, you just need to calculate your loss, that okay, this is how much I want to lose on this trade, and if I lose this amount on that trade, it won't affect my trade, or it won't affect my balance. There is a way to bounce back. But if you enter a trade and you only care about the money or stuff like that, so you can have issue there. That's when you blow your account, emotion will set in, and stuff and so forth like that. So have a good trading